1 Samuel 24. When Saul returned from pursuing the Philistines, he was told, "Look, David is in the desert of En Gedi." So Saul took 3,000 select men from all Israel and went to find David and his men in the region of the rocks of the mountain goats. He came to the sheepfolds by the road where there was a cave. Saul went in to relieve himself. Now David and his men were sitting in the recesses of the cave. David's men said to him, "This is the day about which the Lord said to you, I will give your enemy into your hand, and you can do to him whatever seems appropriate to do." So David got up and quietly cut off the edge of Saul's robe. Afterward, David's conscience bothered him because he had cut off the edge of Saul's robe. He said to his men, "May the Lord keep me far away from doing such a thing to my Lord. Who is the Lord's chosen one? By extending my hand against him, after all, he is the Lord's chosen one." David restrained his men with these words and did not allow them to rise up against Saul. Then Saul left the cave and started down the road. Afterward, David got up and went out of the cave. He called to Saul, "My Lord, O king!" When Saul looked behind him, David kneeled down and bowed his face to the ground. David said to Saul, "Why do you pay attention when men say David is seeking to do you harm? Today your own eyes see how the Lord delivered you this very day into my hands in the cave. Some told me to kill you, but I had pity on you and said, I will not extend my hand against the Lord, for he is the Lord's chosen one. Look, my father, and see the edge of your robe in my hand. When I cut off the edge of your robe, I didn't kill you. So realize and understand that I am not planning evil or rebellion. Even though I have not sinned against you, you are waiting in ambush to take my life. May the Lord judge between the two of us, and may the Lord vindicate me over you. But my hand will not be against you." It's like the old proverb says, "From evil people, evil proceeds, but my hand will not be against you." Who has the king of Israel come out after? Who is it that you are pursuing? A dead dog? A single flea? May the Lord be our judge and arbiter. May he see and arbitrate my case and deliver me from your hands. When David finished speaking these words to Saul, Saul said, "Is that your voice, my son David?" Then Saul wept loudly. He said to David, "You are more innocent than I, for you have treated me well, even though I have tried to harm you. You have explained today how you have treated me well. The Lord delivered me into your hands, but you did not kill me. Now, if if a man finds his enemy, does he send him on his way in good shape? May the Lord repay you with good this day for what you have done to me. Now look, I realize that you will in fact be king, and that the kingdom of Israel will be established in your hands. So now swear to me in the Lord's name that you will not kill my descendants after me or destroy my name from the house of my father." David promised Saul this on oath. Then Saul went to his house, and David and his men went up to the stronghold. All right, so when Saul returned from pursuing the Philistines, so David got away because Saul had to go and, attack the Philistines and chase them away. So he has to, Saul goes, chases down the Philistines, defeats them. He finds out, look, David is in the desert of En Gedi. We found him. So in other words, he probably left a couple of spies, or the other group of the Ziphites probably followed him, watched what happened. Anyway, somebody rats David out. Let's just put it that way. So Saul sends 3,000 select men from all Israel and went to find David and his men in the region of the rocks of the mountain goats, which is interesting phrasing. Let me see what the footnote says there. The regions of the rock of the mountains goats, if this expression is understood as a place name. Okay. It would be region of the rocks of the mountain goats. So if rocks of the mountain goats is a proper name, we should capitalize it. If not, it's just, there's the spot over in En Gedi where the goats are. Like, whether it's proper or not doesn't matter. Because either way, he comes to a sheepfold. So it's the area where there's a mountain goat, and he comes to the sheepfolds by the road where there was a cave. Saul went in to relieve himself. So here's one of those things where the expression of the day is not one that we would know necessarily. He went in to cover his feet. What? What do you mean cover his feet? So there's all kinds of ways that you can describe relieving yourself. This is the one that Hebrew used at the time. He went in to cover his feet. I don't want to cover my feet. Well, why are you covering your feet? Because his robe, as he's lifting it, I guess, and he's squatting, is covering his feet. I guess that's one way you could think about that. Also, feet and thigh are a euphemism for genitals. So the covering his feet there might actually be, you say cover your feet when you mean to uncover your feet. Could it be one of those opposite types of things? Not sure how the euphemism came about, but that's what we have. Yeah, to cover your feet, not aware of that one. Yeah, it doesn't usually get translated that way. So unless you're looking at footnotes or the original Hebrew that says that, English translations aren't doing that. They know that nobody will know what that means. So now David and his men were sitting in the recesses of the cave. Like, this is this one is so bizarre. Saul is pursuing you. His men are outside. He goes into the cave, so he has some privacy in order to relieve himself. And David's men say, hey, this is the day which the Lord said to you, I will give your enemies into your hand, and you can do to them whatever you seem appropriate to you, or whatever is good in your eyes. So David got up and gently, quietly cut off the edge of Saul's robe. Afterward, David's conscience bothered him because he had cut off the edge of Saul's robe. This is one of those things where it's like, wow, you want to talk about a man after God's own heart, and you want to talk about his reverence for being the Lord's anointed. He feels guilty for cutting off the edge of Saul's robe. Okay, he does this instead of killing Saul so that he can demonstrate to Saul he was close enough that he actually could have killed him. So he's doing something here very stealthily, which proves he could have killed him, but he feels guilty for having caused destruction to Saul's robe. I'm like, wow. Oh, that I would feel that guilty about an action that would be seemingly inconsequential in the scope of things, as far as like what this really wasn't harm. So he said to his men, may the Lord keep me away from doing such a thing to my Lord, who is the Lord's chosen one, by extending my hand against him. After all, he's the Lord's chosen. So they're like, you can do whatever you want. Kill him, kill him, kill him. You can do whatever you want. He should be dead. He's been trying to kill you. And David's like, nah. David restrained his men with these words and did not allow them to rise up against Saul. Then Saul left the cave and started down the road. His men could have easily taken Saul out here. David didn't have to do it. David is going to have to restrain his men to protect. Now, how big is this cave that all 600 men are in there? It might not be that all 600 men are in there. It might be his elite guard are happen to be in this cave and the rest are somewhere else. Supersonic. You've learned too much from Family Feud. Plant corn, lay an egg. Okay. Lose weight. Yep. Yeah, many years ago. I don't remember half of those that you said. So I don't think I've ever heard planting corn or losing weight. That's a funny way to express that. Saul leaves the cave and started down the road. David gets up and goes out of the cave. Why does David get up and go out of the cave? To demonstrate he was in there and could have taken Saul's life. He wants to prove, and he does a fantastic argument here. He wants to prove that he is indeed not doing what Saul keeps accusing him of. He is not starting a rebellion. He's not seeking Saul's life. He had the very opportunity to do what Saul is accusing him of, and he will not do it. So he calls out to Saul, Saul, my Lord, O king. So he is giving him honor and praise here. And then David knelt down and bowed with his face to the ground. Again, honor is being given to Saul. He is honoring him not because of him being Saul, but because of him being the Lord's anointed. He is the one God has chosen. As God has chosen him, he is going to give him the honor that is due the Lord's anointed. David said to Saul, why do you pay attention when men say David is trying to seek you harm? Like, why are you paying attention to that? Today your own eyes see how the Lord delivered you this very day in my hands in the cave. Some told me to kill you, but I had pity on you and said, I will not extend my hand against the Lord's chosen one. It had pity, apparently the understanding subject being my eye, and accordance with the common expression. So it had pity, my eye had pity, my eyes were on you, and it had pity. That doesn't connect with the way that we say things, so that makes sense why they said, I had pity. I will not extend my hand against the Lord's chosen one. Look, my father, he calls him my father. Why? He's married to his daughter, so my father. And see the edge of your robe in my hand. When I cut off the edge of your robe, I didn't kill you. So realize and understand that I am not planning evil or rebellion. It's not in my hand. I do not possess those. I'm not coming after you. Even though I have not sinned against you, you are waiting in ambush to take my life. May the Lord judge between me and the two of us, and may the Lord vindicate me over you. But my hand will not be against you. So God will be the one who judges. God will be the one who takes action. It won't be me. Even though you're coming against me. It's like the old proverb says, from evil people, evil proceeds. My hand will not be against you. So this is not an accusation against Saul, saying you're an evil person, evil's coming from you. No, what David is saying, evil comes from evil people. You see, I just showed mercy. So that doesn't happen from an evil person. So I think that's where he's going with that. He is going in the direction of, I just demonstrated I'm not evil. I'm not coming against you with evil. I would have done it if I had. Who has the king of Israel come out after? Who is it you're pursuing? A dead dog? A single flea? So he is, again, talking about himself in comparison to Saul. So I love how David has this opinion of himself for so long. Later on, David is going to have the opinion of himself that he is high and mighty. Right now, he doesn't. He continues to, give honor to the king and humble himself in his position. Like, I'm really a nobody. I've done nothing. All the stuff that I've accomplished also, he attributes to God delivering Goliath into his hands. Not him doing it. The Philistines, God, should I do it? God says yes, so he goes. God delivers them into my hands. David's victories are all, in his mind, attributed to God, so he's nothing. That's why he can say, I'm a dead dog. I'm a single flea. Like, I'm pittance. You're the king. You're the anointed one of God. Even though David also has been anointed by God, he's not king. So he's not going, hey, I've been anointed too. I should knock you down. May the Lord be our judge and arbiter. May he see and arbitrate my case and deliver me from your hands. When David finished speaking these words to Saul, Saul said, is that your voice, my son David? Then Saul wept loudly. He said to David, you are more innocent than I, for you have treated me well, even though I was trying to harm you. You have explained today how you've treated me well. The Lord delivered me into your hand, but you did not kill me. Now, if a man finds his enemy, does he send him on his way in good shape? Like, wow. Like, you sent me away in good shape. That is not how things are done. So he is waking up. So we have Saul we have the evil spirit, the bad spirit, the tormenting spirit comes upon Saul. He gets consumed by things. He acts in a certain way. Then rationally, he can come back from it from time to time. And here it sounds like he's rationally coming back from his lust to destroy David. Now, look, I realize that you will, in fact, be king, and the king of Israel will be established in your hands. So he's going to admit, I know you've been anointed. I know you'll be king. So swear to me in the Lord's name that you will not kill my descendants after me or destroy my name from the house of my father. So he's already made a covenant with Jonathan in regards to this. Now Saul is asking for the same agreement, the same oath. David promised Saul with an oath. Then Saul went to his house, and David and his men went up to the stronghold. So Saul is going to leave after being confronted with the fact he should be dead. Now he makes David swear an oath that he won't kill my descendants or destroy my name from the house of my father. How would you destroy the name? You blot it out. You erase the fact that Saul ever was king. It would be easy enough to do that. Would it not be easy enough to do that? However, Saul asked that it not happen. I don't know that it would have happened otherwise, but Saul asked for it not to happen, wanting to have his name there. There is good in knowing that Saul was there indeed, that the people asked for something. They did get what they wanted, but what they asked for wasn't what they should have asked for, and they got what they asked for, and it didn't turn out how they liked. So that's a good story to have and remain for us to have. So, it turns out that Saul is asking for something that ends up being to our benefit as well.